Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie and I make videos about living in Copenhagen, and also I touch on sustainability. But in today's video I'm going to talk about the current COVID-19 situation here in Denmark. You can watch my previous videos, I'll put a link up here to the playlist to them. Just a recap. We locked down early here from officially from the 12th of March, but it actually was in effect from the 10th of March for around, the full lockdown was for around 5 weeks. The schools, primary schools went back after Easter, and gradually all the other phases came in. And as a country, we've had 621 to date deaths of COVID-19, and they tended to be in the over 70s. The majority of them have been in the over 70s category there. So we've done fairly well. We've flattened our curve, but as you'll see from this diagram here, we are starting to peak up a little bit. Now, part of this is that we do have one of the best testing capacities in Europe, so tests are available. They're also sending invitations out randomly through the e-box, which is our sort of encrypted email service that the public sector can communicate with you with, for people to go in and have random COVID tests and random antibody tests. You can pay to have an antibody test if you want to, but they are doing that. So we have good testing capabilities here, but they are seeing that the R number is increasing. And rather than completely shutting down and locking down again, or reverting back to some of the previous phases to keep schools, businesses, everything going, we've now been told, after it being recommended at busy times on public transport to wear face coverings, it is now going to be mandatory from the 22nd of August. This is going to cover everybody over the age of 12, although I'm already seeing a lot of young children under that age wearing masks, and you know that can only be a good thing, but it isn't mandatory at that age. You can also wear these plastic visors if you wish to, although there is some debate about whether they are as effective as wearing a mask, but it is possible for you to wear those. You can wear a cloth mask or you can wear a disposable mask. Now I'm going to talk about different masks later on in the video, but at the moment I'm just going to go through what the rules are here. And if you're not wearing a face mask when you're on public transport and you do not have a valid reason for that, you will be asked to leave. And if you refuse to leave, it will be the transport staff who will ask you to leave. If you refuse to leave, then they will involve the police and have you removed. It is going to cover all public transport, and that is sort of buses, harbour buses, the boat buses we have here, trains, metro, all public transport, but it's also going to cover taxis, something called flex transport or flex traffic that we have here, which is kind of like an on-demand service. That will be covered as well, and it will be within the station. So as you are coming to go into the station, you will need to put your face mask on. And to reiterate, this becomes mandatory on the 22nd of August. It's Wednesday before now. We travelled in this morning, it was very busy, it was difficult to social distance, and I would say maybe about 50% of people were wearing face masks, and a lot of them were not wearing them correctly. So I will link below just with some guidance in case it is, you know, a new thing to you, how you should be wearing them, and you can wear disposable ones and cloth ones. Here we have, as I say, a really good testing capacity, so if you need to get tested, you can get tested. But having the masks in, the big thing is that it's important to the Prime Minister and all the political parties, because they're all in agreement with this, that we don't want to have another lockdown. We don't want schools to shut. We don't want people to be made to work from home. And if we can avoid that by wearing face masks, then that's what we need to do. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the different types of face masks. So I'm just going to grab the one that I have and show you that one. Now, I talk about sustainability, so it is not going to come as a surprise to you that I'm going to advocate that you use washable masks. Now, they are perfectly permissible, they are approved, the government is saying that it's fine to wear them. And some people are saying, but they're quite expensive. Now, if you think the cheapest disposable face masks that are available currently in Denmark are sold in Flying Tiger, and you can get 5 disposable face masks for 30 crowns. Now, you're going to wear those maximum for 1 day and you're going to throw them away. Then you're going to put another one on. So in 5 days, you're then going to have to go back and buy another 5 masks, and that's just for one person. So if you think about your entire household, maybe you're 3-4 people, that's going to start mounting up, and it's going to start becoming costly financially, but also it's going to become costly to the environment. Now here, as you can see from one of my other videos, we do incinerate all our residual waste. However, it is not just about the residual waste, because that depends on people disposing of their masks responsibly. Now, these masks can be full of germs. That's the whole point of wearing them. And in hospitals, they get put into hospital waste and they get burnt in the hospital. But I have seen, and here are some pictures and various other things that I've noticed around, where people are basically just dropping their masks on the floor. Now that's not going to end up in residual waste. That's going to end up in the sea, that's going to end up in green spaces, it's going to end up being picked up by animals. And that's something that we really want to try and avoid as best we can. So I will put down below a few of the 2 places that I've bought our masks from, and another one that I saw advertised today, which is a Danish one. They've purchased them, I think, from a UK supplier, but they're selling them here. So it's quite important to read about the mask, what they're made of, if you feel comfortable with them. Look at the size. Try and find one where you can choose different sizes as well, because I bought some from Oliver Bonas in the UK, and when they arrived, they were just, I mean, they were kind of like hanging off my face. They were not effective at all. However, they fitted my husband perfectly. So he has those ones. And we have, my son and I have these ones here. Now, one of the important things when you're buying a washable mask is to get one that's got this kind of wire bend at the top, so it makes a snug fit on your face. So I'm going to put this one on and show you. So it's got, hopefully you can still hear me, it's got the pleating here, and it's got this at the nose. So you can see that that has fitted me super well. Now I have a weird ear. I have quite a soft ear here, and one of the other masks I had, if I talked or smiled, it was gradually falling off my ear. I'm going to take this off. It was gradually falling off my ear, and I've heard from friends in Scotland and other parts of the UK that it takes a while to actually find a mask that you feel comfortable with. So it's quite good to look for one. They haven't arrived yet, but the other ones I've ordered have got adjustable things on the ear straps, which means you can again get a really nice snug fit. Now, a lot of people are wearing their masks like this. I'm sure we all know that that's not the way to wear them. And a lot of people are wearing them like this. Can you see? So they're really open at the top. They have, if they have that, and most of the people I see wearing them incorrectly, they have got this wire. So just push the wire to, make sure you get the nice snug fit there, make sure it's under your chin. It's your mouth and nose that needs to be covered. Now I think this is obvious, but I'm seeing a lot of people that for whom it isn't obvious. The other ones that are coming in the post, which I'd hoped to show you today, but they haven't arrived. Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, is wearing those masks. So if Sadiq Khan is out wearing those masks, then I think that they're probably pretty good ones to wear in terms of being approved and doing their job. So that's one of the things I would say, really do look for these. Now these masks here that I've bought, if I hold them closer up to the camera, maybe it will focus on them, you can see they're pleated, and on the outside they've kind of got this like satin look, and on the inside they've got a really soft cotton. You can wash these, I'm going to say 30 times, and I think that's correct. You can wash these 30 times before you have to get new ones. Now that's 30 days of wear, and these cost me €5 per mask, and you can buy them in I think they're in factors of 3, 6, 9, all the same size, and they do children's ones. This is a small adult one, and I think they do a large adult one as well. So if you've got a bigger face and you're not quite as petite as me, then you can get the bigger one there. I really felt comfortable in this. It's been super hot here at the moment. There's going to be some footage of me here wearing a mask yesterday when I was on a very busy bus. It was around 33 degrees yesterday. I'm not wearing this mask because it hadn't arrived. I was wearing one of the ones I bought from Christiania, which is pretty thick and made me very hot. But I put that on when I was on the bus, so you can actually see what it looks like. And again, on the bus, not as many people were wearing masks yesterday on the bus as I saw on the metro this morning, but there could be other factors in there. It's not mandatory yet, and as I say, it was blooming hot on the bus, so perhaps people were not wearing them even though it's recommended that they do so. So that's the rules here in Denmark coming in on August the 22nd. looking at the kind of the Q&As on the Danish media where the government have answered questions, they're saying that at the moment this is for the foreseeable future. They're not putting a deadline on when we're going to stop wearing masks. And they're also not ruling out whether it will become wider that we will need to use them, although they're making no suggestions yet as to what that widening will be. But looking at other countries, it tends to then be busy supermarkets, shopping malls, places that we closed down during lockdown that we actually want to kind of keep going. If you do need to buy disposable masks, if you are planning on getting some cloth masks and they haven't arrived yet, or you've forgotten them, or you just want some spares in your bag just in case, you can get them in shops like Metres, in the pharmacies, and as I say, also in Flying Tiger, they do them there, and I imagine that they will become more widespread. Also, I think that these sort of masks will start to become more available in shops. There's a shoe shop called Dykman's. They're in Copenhagen, they're in Fields, and I think they also might be at Fisketto. They're doing packs of cloth masks. My friend has got those ones, and I saw her this morning wearing it, and they're a little bigger than this, but they look really soft and really comfortable. So that's somewhere that you can look at. And I think she said to me that it was 3 for 50 crowns in there, because when she picked them up, she thought it was 1 for 50 crowns, and then when she got home, because she bought multiple packs for her family, thinking that she got them all 1 each to try, and actually found that there was 3 in the pack. So do look and see how many are in the pack, because the more you can get, obviously economies of scale, it's better value for you. So as I say, I don't apologise at all about bringing the sustainability angle into this, because I think we need to think about that. I mean, I read somewhere that there were like 9 million masks being made available by the government here from the government stocks. Now that's 9 million pieces of single-use plastic that are going to go into the system somewhere. And yes, a large percentage will be burnt as residual waste, but a lot of them will not be and will get lost somewhere. And University College London, I heard on a podcast, which I'll link below, about face masks, and it's also the brand, that the lady on there is the brand for whom I've bought them in the UK. But if every single person in the UK wore single-use masks, that's going to create 66,000 tonnes of plastic waste. That's in the UK, where they don't burn their waste in the same way as we do here. But you know, I think we need to really think about what this is doing. And it's not just masks, the whole of the COVID pandemic, whilst we're trying to do the best things to protect people, is having a negative knock-on effect on the environment. For example, I take a water bottle out with me when I go around, and it's been super hot here the last week, and normally I would be able to stop by any number of water posts where you can just fill your water bottle with cold water, and they're all stuck over saying, you know, due to COVID and for community safety, this water fountain is closed. Now I really understand why that's happening, but again, that's them pushing people who previously were filling those water bottles to actually go and buy a bottle of water. Now I would tend to avoid that, except when I'm dehydrated and it's really hot and you're needing to do that. So I think we really need to think a little bit about it, where we can help, and buying masks that actually can be washed, stick them in with your normal washing is a really big step that you can go towards reducing some of that plastic waste. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you haven't minded that I've talked about that sustainability part of it. And if you've enjoyed the video, do subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you've liked it, and hit the bell button, I'm supposed to say, because then if you have hit the bell button, then you'll know when I have new videos coming up. And I'm sorry about the noise in the background, it's my neighbour's children having some fun outside, but there we go. Anyway, until next time, bye for now.